Is lowering cortisol levels a key to your weight loss? A woman who dropped 44 pounds of menopause weight has revealed the 4 changes she made to get her cortisol levels under control that led to consistent weight loss, and they might surprise you. Stacey Hall from Ontario, Canada, went from 154 pounds to 110 pounds in her 40s by overhauling her diet and exercise routine to support her hormones. The content creator has more than 191,000 followers on TikTok, where she shares her videos about achieving fat loss when you're middle-aged. So yes, cortisol is a fat-storing hormone. It's the primary stress hormone produced in your body. It keeps you alert and increases sugar in your bloodstream. It is the one that says, oh my gosh, we are getting ready for a famine, or we are getting chased by a tiger. We got to stack on that fat for survival. It is, our bodies are smart, right? They're smart. So chronically high levels of cortisol can cause increased abdominal fat and weight gain. So it's essentially really around the abdominal area for men and women. It also raises the risk of obesity, heart disease, and diabetes. Cortisol and epinephrine are what we call the dirty cupcake. You're getting the negative side effects of high sugar without eating the cupcake. So without eating a morsel of chocolate, that stress and cortisol is causing your body to store fat. Like I mentioned, it's a survival mechanism. And if your body's under threat, possibly facing that period of famine or running from that tiger, it needs that extra fat stores for future energy. So this makes sense. As a woman turns 40 and enters perimenopause, our ovaries start to die, and our adrenals, which are responsible for our stress hormones, also become in charge of producing our female hormones. It literally is double duty. So it's easier to have adrenal burnout. That's the same reason that my 2 daughters in their teenage years can work out for 4 hours, no problem. And if I do it, my body's going to say, no, you're actually going to start gaining weight when you work out too hard and you stress yourself out and burn out those adrenals. When the adrenals are tapped, the body becomes more stressed and holds on to that fat weight. So what are women doing in response to unexplained fat gain? They're working out harder, eating less, and stressing more. This is a recipe for disaster, and so many of you are finding yourselves in this position. So what she did, she stopped HIIT training, high intensity interval training, which normally I recommend doing this type of training 2 to 3 times a week. Definitely, you do not want to be doing chronic cardio. That is going to make things worse. But moderate walking and focusing on lifting heavy weights is a great combination to restore the adrenals, but still get that body physically fit. It's really important to focus on the muscles and strength training. Once you hit that age of 40, that muscle is expensive and it's essential for longevity. She also stopped coffee on an empty stomach. She noted several studies that have shown that caffeine can increase cortisol levels, which is true, but instead of giving it up, she just changed her routine a little bit. She added some fat to it and ate and had it a little later, which is true. I have a full blog on how to tweak your caffeine intake so you get the benefits, but you also save your adrenals. So check that out. Caffeine is tricky. It definitely can have its benefits in helping with longevity and mental health, but when your adrenals are burned out, caffeine's just going to empty those energy stores in even more. It's like taking a loan out of the bank and you're just paying more and more interest on that money borrowed. So you're gonna have to pay back it eventually. Very tricky. I go in and out of having my coffee, and that way I get that hit from the coffee when I cycle off of it. And I use other things to boost my energy, and I focus on that sleep and focus on restoring those adrenals. You can use adrenaline, which is a great adrenal formula. She stopped intermittent fasting, and you know I love intermittent fasting, but it can be great for certain people. But if your cortisol levels are super high, having that intermittent fasting protocol tends to make the problem worse, not better. And that fasting is a hermetic stress. So your cortisol levels, if they're tapped out, then you are only stressing your body more. So once you get your body to trust you again, and your body knows you're not being chased by a tiger, or it knows that it's going to get food, and that cortisol levels begin to restore, you can incorporate the fasting in a balanced way. She also lowered stress. Easier said than done, but incorporating journaling, meditation, yoga, walks will all help the stress levels come down. And if you implement these tools to your daily routine, naturally your stress levels will come down. So I want to mention a few supplements that can lower your cortisol levels while enhancing your fat loss and still be able to gain the benefits of intermittent fasting, using a little bit of caffeine, lowering stress, and maximizing the effects of your workout routine. And the number one is the accelerated keto. Why? This kicks you into fat burning mode within 30 minutes and your body trusts you. The stress comes down, the serotonin and dopamine go up, the GABA increases, the cortisol comes down. And then the muscle is prevented from breaking down. Your body targets that abdominal fat to burn for energy. This also allows the intermittent fasting to occur without stressing you out. Your body trusts you. And in fact, your body will actually increase its metabolism as a result, as it has thousands of calories on its body to burn, and it knows it because now you're in ketosis. In the meantime, it is turning that liver fat into ketones so that the liver fat and the visceral fat decrease significantly. It also increases ATP, which is your true cellular energy, by 10 times, which means that your brain and your body have increased its energy factories and you feel great, which then of course lowers your cortisol. The synergy of the ingredients in the supplement with the dynamine and the teacrine and a little bit of pure caffeine, that gives you this amazing synergistic energy that stays with you all day long without the jitters from the caffeine. There's no crash, and it doesn't tap the adrenals. This energy literally lasts all day long, and you're able to intermittent fast. I honestly have to remind myself to eat because my energy is so good and my appetite is suppressed. You then are able to make better food choices, which then helps lower your blood sugar, lower your insulin, lower your cortisol, tells the brain, oh my God, I'm getting such amazing nutrients from this wild animal protein that Sara always talks about I need to focus on, and you're able to feed your cells what they need. Adding to the accelerated keto, you have the accelerated iodine, and this increases the ATP by 18 times on its own. So you've got 10 times with the accelerated keto, 18 times with the accelerated iodine. Your energy factories in the mitochondria shoot through the roof, and your mood increases, your energy increases, fat oxidation increase, the thyroid hormones increase, and stress gets lowered. Did you know the number one predictor for depression is iodine deficiency? So you can imagine if your mood's better and you are not any longer depressed, the stress is also going to decrease. So it is helping alleviate the stress, also detoxes the body of all the heavy metals and radiation that can cause an increase in the insulin and blood sugar on its own. Yes, radiation without eating a morsel of chocolate can increase your blood sugar. So cortisol and radiation, nasty disaster of a situation, and the accelerated iodine is helping both of those. So you're lowering your stress, increasing that cellular energy, increasing fat burning, and increasing your metabolism naturally. The third one is the accelerated thyroid. Most people, especially women over 40, are suffering from hypothyroidism, and they find themselves on a plateau, unable to lose weight. They're working out more, they're eating less. The accelerated thyroid heals the thyroid, detoxes it from radiation and heavy metals that are causing it to slow down and not functioning properly, and helps increase metabolism naturally. This supplement benefits everybody, not just those who have been told they have thyroid issues. The reality is most doctors are not testing the full thyroid panel, and we're going to be talking to Dr. Amy Horniman about this tomorrow, and the exposure to the spike protein, which has been causing thyroid to go down even more. And this has been going on for the last 3 years. These 3 are my magic bullets to lower stress, lower cortisol, support your fat loss goals, and give you the mental and physical energy that you need and that you had in your 20s. So what did you learn today? Are you having issues with unexplained weight gain, especially around the abdominal area? And are you focused on lowering that cortisol? Let me know. And thank you for joining me. You can contact me through the website, sarabantahealth.com. Happy to put together a protocol for you. Join the free group coaching on Telegram with the link below. I teach you on a daily basis with tips and tools to enhance your health, and you will be a part of a like-minded group. My goal is to reach everyone on earth with ears to hear and eyes to see my message of healing. So help me with that goal and share this podcast with a few of your friends who may need my help. You can use coupon WELCOME10 for 10% off site-wide at sarabantahealth.com.